How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
We're not. Truth of the matter, most of us are living paycheck to paycheck with credit card debt. I know people who are legitimately putting gas and groceries on credit cards just so that they can get back and forth to work. I believe that this is what most people are now calling the silent depression. $100 has become the new $20, and it's ridiculous, but the best thing about it is that people have shifted their core values. Look at this app alone and all the videos of all the retailers on Black Friday that nobody was there. They just don't care anymore. People are realizing that if it doesn't bring value into my life, then I don't need it. And while I don't get political on this app, you're having people on both sides of the aisles going, yeah, this kind of sucks. Right wing, left wing, it doesn't matter. It's the same bird. And now so many Americans are going, I don't care. I think it's woken a lot of people up to the idea of why are we funding things that we don't care about when all of us right here are struggling. It's changed the people's attitude in the workforce to where a job is just a job. You used to be very loyal to a job, but they've seen that there's no employee loyalty because there's no employer loyalty. People aren't putting up with toxic bosses anymore. You're either going to treat me right or I'm going to leave, because there's tons of companies that are hiring because nobody can find help. People just don't trust the system anymore, and they're starting to focus on what matters the most. Most people are out here making more money than they ever have and realizing that it's not going anywhere. So they're just not spending it. And what has made a lot of people turn their back on the system is that now they somehow either make too much or not enough money to qualify for the government assistance that they've been paying into their entire life. There are people out there who can't afford to buy the groceries, but they make too much money to get the food stamps. A lot of people are out here calling it the depression. I like to call it the awakening. People are just realizing how much they can get done on their own and that they don't need the government to hold their hand. So to go back to your question, how are people making it? Financially, I don't really know, but I'm very grateful that people are starting to look for answers.
What's up, America? It is too difficult to live here in the United States in the year 2025. Holy I have never seen a time when people require so much necessity just to live in America, but also the price for those necessities are so high. Most of America's literally living paycheck to paycheck and hand to mouth. At the same time, the requirements of responsibility to survive here in the United States have never been greater. People used to live a simple life, and is it complicated now and expensive? But if you don't have these expensive objects, you can't survive. You have to have a car, you have to have a phone, you have to have internet just to do anything anymore. And this shit's just baked into American society now. You can barely survive without a phone, a car, or internet. What the f is going on here? On top of all that, prices have not come down whatsoever since Joe Biden's been president. Not a penny. Prices for housing is still just as high as it was 3 years into the Biden administration. Same with gas prices. Food prices in some cases are double or up more. Utility costs are going up. Has anyone noticed that? I sure as have. Hello, red flag. Winter's coming up. Car prices, insurance prices, health insurance is they're denying more people coverage even though people are paying more. Auto insurance is through the roof. I mean, car lending companies are going bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen. The shit's really slapping in the fan. Have you noticed fewer jobs available? I've noticed it. Have you noticed stagnant pay? Sure have. Look, the necessity to live here in the United States as far as making your ends meet is through the roof and unacceptable. And people aren't living in ginormous luxury. I live in a double, by the way. This right here is the nicest part of the house. You know why I live in a double? Because I can't afford property taxes or a home or down payments. Nobody can anymore. It's ridiculous. And then if you finally break that wall working 70 hours a week and you can finally do it, you're never even around to enjoy it. You drive your car to and from work, never actually going anywhere with it. You live in a big house that you pay for, but all you get to do is sleep in it. The days of having a vacation are over with. Now, I know the Federal Reserve has a lot to do with prices staying high and companies are price gouging. And of course, the government's been inept when it comes to bringing prices down because Democrats are unwilling to do anything or make any policy, and Republicans generally only help the rich. But what the f is the option here? What the f is everybody supposed to do? You can tell. There's just a general feeling. You can tell that it's getting slightly, little by little, more and more difficult every single week, bit by bit. Every one of you people can feel it. I mean, just in the month of August, auto repair prices are up 15% in a month, not 5 years, a month. So whatever the going on with this whole system, we need to pump the brakes and figure it the out, because 90% of you out there are struggling. No matter how much you make $120,000 a year, you're still being banged out financially. And the debt of everybody, don't even get me started on the debt everybody owes. Holy. So what's the end result here? 99.9% of all money going to the top 1,000 people, and it's basically Thunderdome to fight for bread to survive? I mean, I understand making money, the American dream. You come over here, you start with nothing, you build it up through hard work, you make a $10 million company. That's great. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not that kind of wealth. You're a self-made man if you do that. But these up at the top 4 or 5%, yeah, you know what? You have enough. Everyone else on the planet is struggling except you. You know what that means? There's a problem.
Yo, the state of America right now is that it's a luxury to save money. Like, that's crazy. It shouldn't be a luxury to save a decent amount of money from your paycheck each month. Like, a lot of people's earnings are just allowing them to stay afloat. Like, they're not saving anything, and that shouldn't be the case. Like, think about this. America having the highest GDP in the world, and majority of Americans don't even have $1,000 in their saving account. Like, something ain't right. Inflation is out of control, but they're not doing anything to combat it. They're not increasing salaries. They're not giving us breaks with our tax money. It's like they're just letting people drown and survive paycheck to paycheck and not save any considerable amount of money each month that will help them eventually retire and have a great life in the future. Like, something need to change, or America's going to have a lot of old people in the future still looking for work when they should be retired.
Okay, so you know what is really crazy right now? People aren't even hiding this anymore. They're not hiding the struggle. They're going online, posting videos, breaking down their lives, showing receipts, showing bills, showing grocery cards, just to prove that living in America has become expensive in a way nobody prepared them. And you know, it's not just one group of people. It's students, parents, retirees, single adults, families. Everybody is saying the same thing. I can't keep up. Grocery prices keep going up. The paychecks stay the same. You walk into a store with a budget and walk out with 2 bags and an empty wallet. Housing, rent is higher than some people's full salaries. Mortgage feels impossible. Utility bills don't care if you're tired, sick, or broke. They just keep coming. Electricity, water, gas, internet. Everything is subscription to survive. Then there's health, mental health, physical endurance, emotional burnout. People are exhausted, not because they are lazy, but because they are working nonstop just to stay afloat. 2 jobs, 3 jobs, side hustles, overnight shift. No rest, no balance, no peace. Just work and work, no sleep, and it repeats itself. It feels like people are no longer working to build a future. They're working just to survive the present. And what hurts the most is seeing people blame themselves, saying, maybe I'm not trying hard enough, when the truth is the system itself has made basic living feel like a luxury. Nobody should have to choose between rent and food. Nobody should have to work 80 hours a week just to still be behind. And social media has turned into a digital support group. People aren't flexing anymore. They're confessing. They're showing their struggles. They're asking for advice. They're trying to understand how we got here. And the scariest part, excuse me, these are started to feel normal. You know, excuse me, people are normalizing this. We are normalizing exhaustion, normalizing debt, normalizing survival mode, normalizing a life where you are constantly one bill away from disaster. So when people say America is expensive, they're not complaining. They're warning you. They're telling you the truth. They are telling you that the cost of living isn't just about money anymore. It's about the cost of your peace, your health, your time, and your future. And that's the reality. Too many people are living in silence right now. Yeah, so let's continue watching the rest of the reactions. I'll come back at the end of this video. Just make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Please, guys, help this channel grow. And yeah, let's continue watching the rest of the reactions.
50% of Americans cannot afford a $300 emergency. 150 million people are a flat tire away from homelessness.
The burnout in America is unreal. Did you see the headline that said 43% of Americans have used vacation time to just spend the day in bed? They're not using PTO to travel, they're using it to sleep. That's how tired we are. And I can already see the comments now. You guys are getting vacation time? I've heard stories of European coworkers not being able to meet their American coworkers in multinational companies because they don't want the American workers finding out how much vacation time the Europeans get. If people from the States found out how much vacation time you get in Europe, I think there'd be some big changes like tomorrow. It is unreal having to live in a place where you have to pick either getting a surgery or putting it off because you don't have the time to take off from work. This can't be healthy. This can't be the right way to live. That's why we're moving to Europe, the land of sunshine and rainbows. I like to say that to rile up my comments. No, we're moving to Portugal, a country within Europe that has its own slew of problems, of course, like anywhere else. But we're escaping the work culture. We're escaping the hustle and bustle and the never being able to take time for yourself. I'm turning 30 soon, and this can't be it. This can't be all there is to life. I refuse to believe it. And even if I fall flat in my face, well, damn it, I'm gonna try. If you find that interesting, stick around. We're moving next year, and we can't be more excited. And in the meantime, to all my American friends, don't be ashamed to take a day off or two. We could all use a break.
Okay, so after hearing all of this, after seeing the numbers, the videos, the receipts, the testimonies, it's very impossible to pretend anymore. And honestly, let's not even start with the unemployment in America. Let's not even start with the homelessness in America, because once you open the door, it becomes clear just how deep the situation really has gone. People aren't just struggling, they're disappearing from stability. People are losing jobs, losing homes, losing hope. Entire families are one paycheck away from living in their cars. College graduates can't find work. Skilled workers are underpaid. Elders are choosing between medicine and food, and somehow we're expected to believe everything else is fine. Having $1,000 in your account right now is a flex. A flex. Think about that. $1,000 is a flex. Not a million, not even 10,000. Just $1,000 in your savings account is considered a luxury in 2026. That alone should tell you everything you need to know about where we are as a society in 2026. And grocery prices have not gone down, not even a little bit. If anything, they found new ways to climb higher. Every week there's a new excuse: supply chains, weather, inflation, policy, war, corporate decisions. But the reality is simple. People are paying more for less, and nobody is coming to save them. People are tired, not just physically tired, emotionally, spiritually tired, mentally burnout, the kind of tired that sleep can't fix, the kind of tired that makes you question your purpose, the kind of tired that makes you wonder if life is supposed to feel like a constant survival. And what makes it even heavier is that this is happening in a country that calls itself the greatest country in the world. So it's so sad. Shame anyway. The greatest country where people are working 3 jobs and still can't afford rent. The greatest country where food insecurity is rising. The greatest country where homelessness is visible in every major city. The greatest country where medical bills ruin lives. The greatest country where rest feels like a privilege. I'm not saying this to hate America. I'm not saying this because I care. I don't care about people. I'm saying this because I care about the truth, because loving something doesn't mean pretending it's perfect. Loving something means wanting it to be better, do better. People are not asking for luxury. They're asking for dignity. They're asking for breath, okay? They're asking for a life that doesn't feel like a constant uphill battle with no reward. Americans were sold a dream: work hard and you'll be okay. Follow the rules and you'll succeed. But now people are following the rules, working harder than ever, and still failing behind. And at some point, you have to ask, if the rules no longer protects the people, who are they really serving? Social media didn't create this reality. It exposed it. It gave people a voice. It gave people a mirror. It allowed millions to realize that they're not alone in their struggle, that the pain is shared, that the frustration is real, that the system is failing more people than it's helping. And that's the scariest part, okay? The scariest part is not that things are hard. The scariest part is not how normal it has become to accept this. That is the most scariest thing. To accept that this should be normal. Normalize being broke, normalize being exhausted, normalize being anxious, normalize surviving instead of living. But survival was never supposed to be the goal. Life was supposed to be more than just paying bills until you die. So yeah, this is where we are now. In 2026, stability feels like a dream. Peace feels rare and hope feels fragile. Yet people keep pushing, keep trying, keep waking up, keep showing up, even when they're tired, even when they're bent out, even when they don't know how they are going to make it, through the day. And that alone shows you the struggle of the people, not the system, the people, because the people are carrying a country that no longer carries them the way it should. So I'm not here to give you a solution. I'm not here to pretend I have all the answers. I'm just here to tell you the truth as it is, not as advertised. And the truth is something is wrong, something needs to change, and pretending everything is only, okay, it's not going to heal this. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you feel this pressure as well? Do you see the struggle around you? Do you feel like the dream is fading? Or do you still believe, this can be rebuilt? Go ahead, drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let's be honest about it, because silence doesn't fix anything, okay? But the truth does. And maybe, just maybe, this step, I know this is not going to do anything. But anyway, go ahead, drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll see you in my next video. Stay peaceful.